Hi, this is Stephanie from True 10 Fitness, and I am coming to you live from my kitchen. Welcome to my home. We are going to do our very first food video. So we've done several videos before for exercise. I'm a personal trainer as well as a yoga instructor, wellness coach, and boot camp instructor. And so all of my videos up until this point have been exercise and fitness related. At this point, I really want to bring you some food info. A lot of people come to me for weight loss, and about 70% of weight loss is about nutrition. So you need to come into the kitchen and let's work this together. Today we're going to do some vegan hand rolls with rice paper. They're very, very tasty and lots of good stuff, lots of great vitamins and minerals and macronutrients coming in. So we're going to start out. Let me show you just from one end of my counter to the other. We're going to use some rice papers. These are non-GMO, super low calorie, and they're fun to use. They're actually really easy to use. Much easier than you might think if you've never worked with rice paper before. I picked these up at Seafood City in Rancho Cucamonga. We're also going to use some green leaf lettuce. We've got some asparagus, some cucumber. I was going to use a jalapeno, but we ate those earlier. So I've got a huerito chili, and this will be just as tasty inside of the roll. But you can use whatever type of chili you'd like. I also picked up these really cool carrots from Trader Joe's. They are organic and they're colorful. So I'm going to use an orange, a yellow, and a red. There was a purple in the package, but again, we ate that already. I've got an avocado, some portobello mushrooms, onion, a bit of Bragg's. Love this stuff. This is liquid aminos. Really, really flavorful. It tastes a lot like soy sauce, but without all the extra sodium. And then we've got some sesame seeds that we'll throw in there as well. Picked up my sesame seeds and my Bragg's over at Winco. Love that store, and I get a lot of my food there. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so the food prep part. First step, go wash your hands. You need to have clean hands. Don't put any extra germs in your food. And then, once you're allowed to touch the food, you're going to want to wash your lettuce and dry it. I've already done that piece. Everyone knows how to do that. I did slice up my portobello already, so I'm just going to set this over here. And I'll set the avocado off to the side. I've already washed the asparagus, so I'm just going to cut the ends off of it, the toughest pieces. And then I decided to make the asparagus, just cut it in half so it goes about the length of the roll. Or if you're making a really long roll, you can make it, you can use a couple pieces. So you'll decide how to do that. I am going to really quickly cook the mushroom, the asparagus, and the onion in a bit of the Bragg's just to add a little bit of extra flavor to them so that it sticks, so that it holds the flavor. And I'm just going to cook them, like I said, really quickly. I still want a bit of a crunch in that asparagus, and I don't want any sogginess. So I'm going to watch my fingers while I cut the onion. I just saved a couple pieces. And you know, if you don't like onion, don't use onion. If you don't like heat, if you don't like the chilies, then skip them. Do what you like. Make it taste good to you. That's the most important thing about eating healthy food is you have to really like it so that it sticks and so you want to continue to eat that way. So these are all cut up. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the pan and cook them up. Okay, so I've got my pan on medium to high heat. I'm going to start with some water. And I'll get that going. So this is kind of like, there's a technique called water sauteing. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I think I'll do the asparagus and the onion first. And so I've just got them in here with water. Separate them out so it's like a single layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in some of my liquid aminos. Lots of flavor going in there. And this is going to take a few minutes. So you're going to leave it here for probably approximately 3 to 5 minutes. you'll want to basically look for them to be brighter in color and this rapid boil going on. And once it's been maybe 3 to 5 minutes, you can take a piece out and see how it tastes, and if it's still crunchy but it's got that flavor, then you are good to go. So after about 3 minutes, these onions and asparagus were ready to go. They're bright and they are still crunchy, but not chewy at all. The texture is great to bite into. So I just left that water and liquid aminos just as they were, and I'm simply going to add the mushrooms. And by the way, it doesn't matter what combinations you cook together. It just happens to be that for the size pan that I chose, I could only fit so much in it. So if you wanted to, you could have cooked them all together. Again, just looking to create one layer so that everything gets a bit of that flavor. Okay, so the mushrooms are in the pan. I've got them on that fairly high heat, medium to high, and I'm just going to leave them in here maybe 2 to 3 minutes, just looking for some of that water to start coming down. You know, it's going to start cooking up, and mushrooms are getting a little more tender. It's an indicator that they're going to be soaking up some of that flavor. Okay, so these are about done. They were in the pan for probably 2 to 3 minutes, and they are good and ready. So I'm just going to knock them out of the pan onto the plate. Okay, so everything is cooked and cut and dried and ready to go. So let's put it all together. So we're going to grab one of these rice papers, just real thin. Take it out. I've got water in this bowl, so I'm just going to soak it. The package indicated 5 seconds, and I found that about 10 seconds works a little bit better. So I'm just going to soak it in the water for a good 10 seconds. And then additionally, I put some cheesecloth on my plate just to make sure it doesn't start to stick to the plate. And it works out great. It's just a nice damp cheesecloth. So I would say that it's been about 10 seconds. When you take it out of the water, it's still going to be a little bit stiff, but not as stiff as it was when you put it in the water, and it's just going to continue to get that nice rice paper soft texture. So you're going to grab a piece of your beautiful lettuce, put it just barely over the rim there so that it looks pretty at the end. I'm big on aesthetics, and I feel like our food should not only be good for us, but it should be beautiful. So we've got some nice mushrooms. We'll get some asparagus in there. And I tend to arrange them so I've got the pretty tips at the top, and then the other piece that's still good for you at the bottom. Again, just minding aesthetics, making beautiful food. We've got the jalapenos, or not the jalapenos, the güeritos. Any kind of chili will work. Put as much as you like. It's totally up to your taste and your preference. Avocados, carrots. You could use one color carrots, or you can use these colorful ones. And by the way, you can throw whatever you like in here. Whatever veggies you like, or whatever you decide to throw in. It doesn't have to be specifically what I've used. So make it work for you. And of course the avocado, never forget that avocado. One of my favorite foods, nice and creamy and so good for you. And then finally, just a sprinkle of these sesame seeds here. They're good, again, they're pretty, but they're also nice for your health. Good healthy fat. A little bit of extra protein too. Alright, so I am going to top it off with another piece of lettuce, just to close it up. And then we're going to wrap it like a burrito. So we'll start from the bottom. And then hug everything real nice and tight in there and begin to pull from the side. Hold it like you're swaddling a baby. in case you've had a baby that you swaddled. And then continue to roll. Nice and tight. All rolled up, and look at that beautiful food. How can you not want to eat that? Super simple, extremely nutritious, and so good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this sort of thing and you want to come back to my kitchen and cook with me, please subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your family, and let's continue to cook together and be healthy together. Namaste.